is a term that you may have heard bandied around quite a lot recently, but what does it actually mean? Well, in short, Ammo 2.0 is a new system of ammo distribution in Battlefield 1 that is designed to make the game more balanced, especially when it comes to grenades and gadgets. Ammo 2.0 is the internal name for it, and we already have one small part of it in the vanilla game already that arrived with the latest patch. The core of the system changes the way that you resupply your ammo, at least in terms of grenades and gadgets. Previously, if you ran out of a grenade, you have to go and sit on an ammo box, but with Ammo 2.0, your grenade will automatically recharge over time, but if you're near an ammo crate, it will still regen faster to try and ensure that the crate does still have its usability. DICE sees this as a similar system to the medic class. If a player gets injured, he will regenerate health over time without the use for a medic, but with a medic at his side, the healing process is made much faster and much more efficient. It can be done on your own, but it's always going to be more efficient with one of the support classes. Now, as I said, the first part of this Ammo 2.0 system is already in the game, the grenade regeneration. The frag, light, impact and incendiary grenades were on a 36-second regen, and gas was 27 seconds, with others varying depending on the grenade, and then it will be 3 times faster when near a resupply crate. These figures are getting tweaked though, and won't be the final numbers that we end up with. In fact, in the CTE right now, gas is up to 36 seconds and frags up to 49. Let's just say that auto-regenerating gadgets and items isn't a new thing to Battlefield. We can point out that medkits, revives, mortars are all currently regenerating, and as I mentioned earlier, so is health, but is this really the way to go? Well, DICE certainly thinks so. They say they've seen a 7% decrease in grenade throws per second and grenade kills per minute across all maps since the patch for They Shall Not Pass was released. Here's my take on it though. It's hard to dispute hard facts, but in my personal experience, I have not found grenades to be better at all. I've played a good amount of the game since They Shall Not Pass was released, and even when I'm not playing, I'm often watching other streamers play, and in my experience, grenade spam is just as bad, and operations and frontlines in the new maps are by far the most affected modes. In operations and frontlines, honestly, it's just grenade madness. I cannot see an improvement here. Maybe it's just me, but all of the people I play with at least think that it's just as bad, if not worse. So I'm actually struggling to see how the system has improved things. Like I said, this could just be swayed by the game modes and map design, but I don't think that's the case here. And I get what DICE are trying to achieve with these changes, but in my experience, if you give a good player a grenade that will recharge, they are more likely to throw it straight away just for the sake of it, because they know that they will get one in another 30 seconds. That to me really diminishes the importance of grenades. Previously, if you only had one grenade, I think that you held on to it until it was the right time or situation to use it. Now for me, I spawn in, and on operations and frontlines, I'll just lob it somewhere that I see enemies or on a capture point, hope I get a kill, and by the time I've repositioned myself or moved to a capture point, I've got another one for free. And the fact that you can throw grenades so fast in Battlefield 1 and the detonation time is so short, it really requires little skill or thought. In truth, I just don't see why grenades need to be such a big focus, and if I had it my way, then we would just have one grenade per life and that was done. Apparently it seems that one of the goals with Ammo 2.0 is to stop people sitting on ammo boxes for prolonged periods of time, or simply respawning to resupply themselves with grenades and gadgets, because apparently people do that. I personally don't agree with that, and I've never experienced anyone who would just suicide to get a grenade or a new gadget back. People don't actually do that. Do any of you do that? I'm not talking about running out of primary ammo for your guns, but does anyone actually run out of a grenade and go, nah, I don't want to sit on that ammo crate, I'm just going to respawn? Really? I'd definitely be surprised if that was the case. All in all, I think the basic system that's already in the vanilla game feels like it needed some more testing to me, and right now the timings of the grenades are already being increased on the CTE. I think it needed to stay there for a bit longer though before part 1 was introduced to the base game. And you know what, some people may not have an issue with it right now, but I think on Operations, Frontlines and the 2 new infantry maps, the grenade spam is so bad, it makes the game just very unenjoyable, for me at least. Perhaps the increased timings of the grenades could help that situation, but those changes won't reach the base game just yet. And in the long run, if DICE manage to get the numbers right, this could potentially be an effective way of buffing the support class and toning down grenade spam. Whilst I don't agree with the concept or the idea at all, I don't think it's fair to completely write it off already because we haven't had that much time to test it yet. Perhaps it's just my old school gaming sentimentalities coming through here, but I think that DICE are overstating the importance of regularly having grenades available. There's nothing wrong in a Battlefield game with not having a grenade for a while and actually focusing on the shooting. A grenade, especially a frag, which has a big one-hit kill, multi-kill potential if you put it in the right place, in my opinion, that should be a valuable asset that you use sparingly when you absolutely have to. And if you throw it, you know that you're not going to get one until you respawn. It shouldn't be something that resupplies by itself, and you barely have to think about throwing it to guarantee a kill. I don't like that at all, and I think it encourages mindless explosive spam and devalues tactical play. Are there actually people out there who enjoy the explosive spam meta in the game at the moment? How it is, dying before you even get a chance to shoot someone on certain maps, or having choke points that are just full of explosives until one team throws more grenades than the other. Imagine if you're a new player, you just bought the game, you've got premium, and you join a game of Fort Vaux or Verdun on Operations, and you just enter this mad grenade spam fest. It's going to put you off the game because, let's be honest here, it's simply not enjoyable. As I mentioned earlier though, grenades are just one part of Ammo 2.0, and while the grenade system is already in the game, the CTE is testing other new changes including gadget resupply. And this is also moving to a passive resupply system whereby gadgets will replenish some of your ammo but less than the maximum amount, usually one magazine. Some gadgets will also allow you to carry more ammo than the standard maximum if you're resupplying on ammo crates, but this bonus amount will be lost when you respawn. Talking of respawns, when you do respawn, most gadgets will now come with the same amount of ammo that you died with. However, most gadgets have a minimum amount, so you don't actually spawn without any of them. This is a particularly interesting change. It means that if you fire off 2 rocket gun shots and then throw an anti-tank grenade and die, you aren't going to get your full gadget allowance instantly when you respawn. In that situation, you'll get 1 anti-tank grenade and 1 rocket gun shot. I like that change, and that will definitely reduce gadget spam in the long term. In fact, if you're getting suppressed, it will also slow down your auto replenish of gadgets, something else there to consider. But all in all, this just begs the question to me, why? Why does it need to be this complicated? The average player just wants to jump in the game and play. They may not read the patch notes, they may not read Reddit or watch YouTube videos. How will they know that their grenade spawns in 30 seconds? Or if they die, they're only going to get 1 anti-tank grenade and not 2 because they used them both in their last life. And when they do expect it to replenish, perhaps it doesn't because they were getting shot at and suppressed. Honestly, I can't help but feel this has been way overcomplicated here. Why can't we just have a system whereby a player has 1 grenade per life and that's it? You resupply ammo from support crates, but you only get 1 grenade. Would that really be so bad? It's a first-person shooter after all, and it's way more enjoyable in the gunplay than the explosive spam that's currently the meta. Maybe it's not as simple as that, but to me, that would be ideal. Of course, Ammo 2.0 is not the only addition to the CTE. We also get 4 new weapons coming as a surprise. Well, they're variants of current weapons. The Hellriegel 1916 Defensive is a Hellriegel variant with a bipod, and wait for it, 120 rounds. And then the Selbstlader 1906 has a sniper variant now, which may make people use it a bit more because right now it's just not that great. The same could be said for the Hoyt, which also gets an optical version, and lastly, the Martini Henry, our old friend, is getting a sniper version. I do like the sound of some of these. I used to love the Martini Henry. That sound amazing. And while a Hellriegel with a bipod doesn't really suit my playstyle, I think it can definitely have its uses on certain game modes. You're going to have to work quite hard to get these unlocks as well. They all currently require 300 kills with their respective base guns, as well as other requirements like getting 20 kills with AT mines. Oh, and you have to be class rank 10, which while most people may be in the vanilla game already, not many people are in the CTE, but they've just released a patch which unlocked all weapons anyways. And as well as that, we've got some changes to the map Rupture, including reducing the number of planes to 2 per team, changing the capture size of point D and A, and swapping around the B and C flags. All in all, big changes to test now on the CTE, and the jury is up in the air on Ammo 2.0, but we do need to give it a chance. It's impossible to get all of the timings right on the first try because it's so complicated, something that I think is the main issue here in the first place, but the intentions of DICE are to reduce grenade spam, so we have to hope that this is the right move in the long run. For me, it's quite simple. You get 1 grenade per life and you use it when you absolutely have to in a tactical fashion. I don't mind that gadgets resupply on ammo crates, but I'd like to think that you'd have to sit there for a while before you can get explosive stuff like AT grenades and dynamite back. Just my 2 cents, I really enjoy Battlefield 1 for the gunplay, but at the moment, especially if you're trying to play the objective all the time, it's just a horrible grenade spam fest. I feel like the average gamer is going to get burnt out with Battlefield 1 very quickly by regularly having to dodge grenades or be killed by them. And you know what, I could be completely wrong about this, maybe I'm not being perceptive enough and seeing the bigger picture, but my personal tastes in a Battlefield game are less grenades, more shooting, focus on the gunplay rather than spectacular explosions that just annoy the hell out of you. And I implore you, if you have access to the CTE, go and test this out for yourself and form your own opinion on it. Don't just listen to what us stupid YouTubers have to say. So that's all for today, folks. Do let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, a thumbs down. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.